What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Even though it's just going to be the boys listening to this, but maybe the wives in the background. This is a first for us. We're going to see how this goes. No promise this is going to be any good, but I figured we wanted to get a podcast out and see what happens, see how y'all think about it. So, got Chuck in here helping out with the co-hosting, asking some questions. And we have Mr. 12th place, Broc Kersey. Broc, I know you're driving, so you won't be able to look at the camera too much, but how you doing? How's life going?
It's going good. It would have gone better if you would have taken the opportunity, after you said, ladies and gentlemen, to throw a shot at your least favorite league mate and call them the lady, but I'll let that go.
I'll save those burns for you, I guess. So life's going
Fair
good,
enough.
though. I know we talk a lot, but for the people that don't get to hear your voice or talk to you too much in the league, everything's going good.
Everything is swell. I work way too much, but other than that, it's good. Everybody's healthy. Nothing to complain about.
Love that. Well, then we'll just get right into it. Let's talk some fantasy baseball.
All right.
First question. I know hopefully I won't get too repetitive with the last year's results, but this was a non-sneech question that somebody asked, and it was, how could you possibly fuck up last year's draft picks?
Well, I do think that
it was tough to do. I know. We all know.
Well, I think that everyone going so heavy on hitters hurt me because I tried to play back and go balanced, and then pitchers were infinitely worse because of the no shifts. And so my strategy backfired because everyone's going super heavy hitters, and I was like, okay, well, my picks are so good due to my trade with Connor, I can still have the elite hitting and get pitching. So, like, I took Cole, and he had the worst, ironically, worst year of, like, the past 5 years that he's had, but he also won Cy Young, so everyone's like, oh, well, you got this Cy Young award winner, but he had the worst fucking year he's had in 5 years.
Yeah, and I think you
Verlander. I took
Verlander.
Verlander. He got hurt.
Yeah,
he got hurt the day before the season. How the fuck does that work?
Yeah, that is tough.
And then obviously, like, I mean, I don't think and then those top guys, I didn't hit on one fucking person. Everyone was awful. So that's how you fuck up the picks, Chuck.
Yeah, some would say you famously just got unlucky.
That was
all right.
the shot to throw, boys.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. All right, I got another question for you. This is from a league
Sneech
member.
or non-sneech?
He is a sneech, but it isn't the sneech's question.
Okay.
I won't say who it was from, but you probably will figure it out pretty quickly. All right, his question is, and I quote, "You're famously known for saying you'd quit the league if you ever finished last, because it would never happen. Well, here we are. What do you have to say now?"
Oh, do I have to guess who it was first?
You can. I'm not going to say who it was, but you can guess. Definitely.
Even if I say who it is?
Correct.
Okay, well, that was a smart-ass question, so... Fuck, everyone's a fucking smartass. I mean, the first name that came to mind was Coates, but it also could have been Mickey or Henry. So I don't know. Does that mean I have to quit the league? Because I will gladly not wear a Dora suit. Is that what everyone wants?
I don't think anybody wants you to quit the league.
I surely don't.
But hey, it was just a question that got asked because apparently you've been quoted saying.
I'm not mad at you.
I know, but apparently you've been quoted saying that. So I guess they're just asking.
It's a
I
fair
do feel like my honor's been stripped.
I think it's a fair
Okay,
question.
well,
Given
you know,
that
Chuck, I always come to you for fairness. If I question anything in life that's fair, I
most
always
people
ask Chuck.
do.
What would Chuck Johnson do?
Most people do.
Wait. So what was the end of the question there? So I can respond.
It was just
What do I do now?
so, like, what do you have to say about it? Basically, like you're going against your word.
What do I have to say is that you can call me a liar, and I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Hey, I mean,
Am
happy
I
you're
not
doing
notorious? Am
look,
I not notorious for over exaggerating? Like what? Like you expected that to be real?
I'm happy you're doing the punishment. I don't want you to leave the league, but I don't think people feel bad for you for finishing last with some of the things you said in the league, like in the group me.
That's fine. Don't feel bad for me. I'm not asking for sympathy.
I know you're not. All right. I do have you want the Sneeches question now?
Sure. Rattle them off.
Hope you're prepared for it.
Oh.
All right. The Sneeches would like Broc Kersey to name 3 things that he likes about Chris Carlin.
You know, it would have been a
This
fucked up
beats
question if
Brent.
you all said 1. It would have been a fucked up question if they said 1. But they want 3.
They want 3.
I like that he doesn't live in Kentucky.
Okay.
I like that he's not a Cubs fan. And I like that he is a fan of an impoverished college.
I mean, those are 3 things.
Is that, those
What about
mean-spirited? I think, but
say one thing
What'd you
about him. Say one thing about him personally, besides like who he's a fan of or a favorite of. Let's get at least one of those. What's one thing you're like, you know what, Chris isn't too bad with this?
I mean, well, I actually can't say that.
Come on, you gotta have one thing.
I mean, I just don't know him well enough other than talking shit in the group message. Like,
I know it's tough. Maybe he's got good hair.
I honestly couldn't tell you what his hair looks like.
Maybe he's like a good
I don't know.
manager.
I like that he's an active member of the league.
Okay. That's a good one. That's a good one. We'll take that.
The people before him, although Trent and Kenny were in before them, and although they were active, they weren't nearly as dedicated. Although I like both of them also. So
okay,
that's definitely
I'll take
100%. That's definitely 100% a positive that I can say about him is that he's active. Like, you know, there's definitely merit to I'm drawing.
Yeah, you don't have to get any further. You don't have to get any further. You're still a cop.
Okay. Yes.
Chuck, before I ask the next question, do you have a question to ask Mr. Broc?
How's Dawson ranked 3rd on facial hair?
I honestly went straight off of people's pictures in the.
Yeah, he said I had a mustache.
In the group me.
Because that man's
you look like you got a mustache, my guy, in the picture. Now you're right. You roasted
what about
me.
Now?
1,000. Do what?
Oh, I'm definitely not in the top 5 or 6 for sure.
Dawson in the picture, he had the nice like Jack Sparrow going, and I ranked him where it was. So
Broc's definitely number 1, but Chuck might be a sleeper too.
I mean,
him or Nikki, I think it's between the 2 of them.
Nikki definitely has more than I do.
Yeah. Broc, I can't. I mean, I haven't never seen Broc's face without full beard on.
You might not.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you. I don't think I'll ever go clean shaven again. It makes me look
like
another 20 pounds heavier. All right. So speaking of rankings, this is good. It's a good transition into the next question. So it seems like in the group me, been doing a lot of like rankings of people in the league. So I think that's going to be the trend for these podcasts.
Okay.
And I'm going to do a top 3. You get to name a top 3 and a bottom 3.
Okay.
All right. So this is a top 3, bottom 3 on who you would let in the league, date your future daughter.
Well, I mean, Henry.
Okay.
This is top 3.
Okay.
Henry. Coates.
Okay.
Wait, who's after Henry?
Coates.
That's also reasonable.
And
who's getting the last Broc approval?
right. I don't know, that one's tough. I guess Nikki.
Nikki? Okay.
Yeah.
And then your bottom 3?
Colton.
Oh. Wait, is he last of last or
Forms.
third?
Colton, Orms, and
I think it's pretty obvious.
Oh, it's obvious?
I mean,
Who am I missing?
The guy who's around children more than anyone.
Oh, fuck. Oh, I didn't even think. Yeah, Carlin. I didn't even think of him. I wasn't even naming him because it didn't come to mind.
that's why I had to do a bottom 3 because I know you would just pick him as the bottom. I think anyone in the league would.
Okay.
So.
All right.
Okay. What's your reasonings for the bottom 3 real quick? Just short, quick reasonings. So we can spice up the conversations later.
Orms, because he may dress up funny and go to a bar and fool around on her. Colton, because I know him of the 11. And Carlin, because he's a fucking cock.
All right, fair enough. All right, last question, and then we'll hop off here and try to make this not as long as the last one me and Chuck did. Okay. Bold prediction and for the league or somebody in the league that you might have, and if you want to set any wagers like we did last year, like keeping yourself accountable, then by all means we'll add that as well.
Bold prediction is that that Carlin drafts the 3 players that like are on my do not touch list. I think I'll go to Carlin.
At 13, 14, 15?
Who are they?
I can't say who they are. I'll put it in the notes of my phone on draft day, and then we'll see. Is that fair?
Okay.
That's fair.
Okay. All right.
What was the and?
I think Carlin. What now?
Text me your list after this call.
Yeah, same here.
I think Carlin drafts at least 2 of the 3, and then I think his team is awful, and I think that Colton's team is not bad, but my prediction is that Colton at least flirts with last because he's going to struggle with the day-to-day transactions of fantasy baseball because he's new to them. But I don't think his team will be that bad. Like as far as like if you look,
He does do fantasy basketball every day,
but I think if you look at his team,
but it
like,
is different.
Yeah, like,
I actually like.
okay.
I like his picks.
His team like, like that could be a playoff team easily. But I think that he'll struggle with the week to week.
I'll be curious if anybody tries to co-manage him this year.
What do you mean if?
Well,
the question is how many?
Will he want it? Will he want help?
He'll probably at least accept a little bit, and I don't blame him or not mad at him at all because it's a huge transition. So,
yeah.
Question is are people going to prey on him for trades? That's the question.
Well, Henry.
Colton, don't trust one motherfucker.
Fair enough. All right. Anything you want to keep yourself accountable for of any sort before we hop off here?
If I finish 11th, I will do the last place punishment with the last place person.
Okay. Wow. Should you announce the last place punishment now, or should you wait till the draft day?
Definitely draft day. Before Dawson goes to the podium, I will announce the last place punishment.
I like that.
Fair enough. All
right.
All right. That's it then.
All right, boys.
Thanks for joining. Let us know how we did because this could be a yikes. Who knows?
Okay. Did y'all do one by yourselves? You said y'all did one before.
No. That was last year. We did one because we were bored.
Oh, I got you. Okay. All right.
Yeah. So.
All right, boys.
All right. I think we're gonna do Colton next, and we're gonna skip Chuck, go to Colton next, just because he's new to the league, and then we'll go to Chuck afterwards.
All right. Have a good night.
All righty. Yes, sir.